All right, good afternoon. It is time for the junior high version of the basketball preview. Earlier we did the senior high preview, and we're gonna switch gears a little bit. And Coach Brian, I'll start with you. We just talked about senior high, so let's do exactly what we talked about because you're excited. You played a bunch of young kids last year in junior high, and now they're ninth graders now, and they got a lot of experience. So speak on that group real quick.
Well, the one that got the most playing time out of all the eighth graders previous year was Katie Jett. Stepping up into a big role. She was elected captain of her team this year by her peers. She's been doing real good in the off season. Played a lot of summer ball this year. Followed up by Kirsten Hall. She was kind of our second in command in stepping in, playing a lot of minutes for us last year. Got a great group of freshmen, all of them across the board. Peyton Riley, Reagan didn't play last year. She's playing this year. Missed her last year. She's a pretty good talent on the basketball floor. So glad to have her. She's going to be getting lots of big minutes for us this year. Great defender. Can get to the rim pretty easy. Kind of focusing on our eighth graders. We had three seventh graders move up in Ashland, and Chloe and McKenna, who got some minutes for us last year. McKenna got the most of them. Ended up earning herself a starting role. She's going to be getting lots of minutes for us this year, along with Ash and Chloe.
Right.
So we've got a good group of kids, aggressive group of kids. We're pretty guard heavy, but the aggression's there. We're going to be probably committing a lot of fouls in anything below 4A. In the 4A, we're going to fit right in.
Right. So you did a shooting challenge with your kids, and you did that program wide, but your junior high girls were the ones that really grabbed hold of that.
Yes.
And so how do you feel like that's going to spill over? I mean, they made a lot of shots.
Took a lot of shots. Took a lot of time.
Yeah. So how's that going to spill over, do you think? And what's the conference look like? Any idea?
So we focused on shooting 3,000 shots, 1,000 threes, 1,000 mid-range, and 1,000 free throws. And you had to make them, not just shoot them. So a lot of our girls got to see their percentages, kind of see where their strengths and their weaknesses are. Builds a lot of confidence, and shows the girls that when you're open, shoot the dang ball.
Right.
Because we want to shoot the ball.
Right. So Coach Twiggs, I'm going to switch to you, and we talked with Coach Ashley a while ago about not rebuilding at all, but just kind of the new identity that he's going to be dealing with because he's big and he's graduated a ton of knowledge and IQ.
He is.
So what about the junior high bunch?
Man, so last year obviously we struggled a little bit, but this year's ninth grade group especially has really bought into a team mindset and hey, we're going to work together and we're all going to have this winning attitude, kind of swagger to them.
Right.
And so I've had 6 of them in preseason, ninth grade wise. Raul, Austin, Marcos, Jacob Hutchins, and Mike have all done a great job in the preseason, working their tail off, being winners, and that's bled over into my 8th graders I've had in preseason. Dudes like Pete Williams, who's going to help me a lot this year. And so just look for us to come in with a winning mindset, which will be a lot different from last year, and working super hard and all that.
I know you work all summer, you do have most of your kids, and you lose them during football season.
Right.
You just got those kids back Friday, and you got a 5-day turnaround.
Yes.
How's the transition going, getting them out of the football mentality now back on the court?
The biggest thing is, they come in and they say, Coach, I'm in shape, I'm ready to go, and football shape's a little bit different than basketball shape, especially when you're a lineman or something like that. And so just getting them in shape, getting a ball in their hands, getting them playing is a big part of it. I have a lot of football dudes who are going to help us win games this year as well. Jackson Brown, Fisher Brown, Nicefro Cervantes, Aaron Holt could see minutes, just a bunch of different kids like that that could add value to our program, some toughness and all that good stuff.
And we mentioned those girls that have been shooting. You even had volleyball players using their own time to come to the gym to get the shots up. So you've seen them, but you haven't until their season ended a couple weeks ago. And so really you've had a lot more time with your full crew probably than he has. So is it gelling pretty good at this moment going into Monday?
Yeah, it's a different environment when you come from one sport to another, different coaches to different coaches.
Yeah.
So it's not to say rocky, but it's different when you add in a new element, and it doesn't take them very long to get back in the swing of things. We did see a little bit of getting our attitudes more adjusted to basketball, because the speed is a little different than volleyball. It's no different football to basketball. But Katie Jett, Jackie Balance are my two captains, and they do a good job of motivating, pushing, and leading the right way.
So we did mention Orange and Black game. They've already got their rosters set Monday. We know that's a huge game because that's a great opportunity to display what we're going to do. But highlight something, home games, junior high wise, for our parents to really think, man, I'm going to get off the couch and go to this one and not just sit at home watching on live.
Yep. So junior high's first home game this year in the WAC will be against Magazine. Me and Coach Brian both kind of had some rough losses at their place last year, and we're really eager for them to come into our place and kind of get some revenge, if
Right.
you will. So that'll be a big game for us. First game in the WAC. We'd love to see it just pop in and
Right.
crazy like it could be.
Right. What about for the girls' side? I know he mentioned you in that conversation with Magazine. Is there anything else that just,
Magazine's obviously
yeah,
a sore subject from last year.
yeah,
But the one that I'm looking forward to the most, and I know my girls are too, it's not a home game, but we're looking at the Arvest, or not the Arvest tournament, but the Hackett tournament. It's Earl White. We actually play Mansfield first round.
Okay.
And so our girls are really excited to play that game. And we're going to be playing them on a Monday, and it's the Monday after our first week.
Yep.
And so we're going to be playing the Hackett tournament. We beat them. We're playing the winner of Hackett Mulberry on that Thursday, and then we beat them, and we're playing at 6:30 on Saturday in the championship game.
Right. Well, there's kind of a big tournament that we host too. So
Right.
I think you want to speak on that because I know that's always a big time.
Right. So Coach
Invitational, I guess.
Yeah, Coach Brian mentioned the Hackett tournament. We also host the Arbest Invitational. It's the first week in December. We play Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday of that week. It's not like a traditional tournament where you don't know who you're going to play. We know who will play Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday already. And then out of the 4 teams, whoever wins the most games gets the trophy.
Right.
I've got
get-
runner-up both years, so my
That's
junior
fine.
high dudes are pumped. They want to be the first group that I've had to get that
Right.
trophy. So I'm excited for it for sure.
So last question, and I'm not going to ask him because I just asked both of them, but off the wall here, you're invited to a Halloween party. What is Coach Terwilliger dressing up like?
Man, I think I would go as a tired algebra teacher.
Clever, this guy.
Balding. Balding.
Nothing great come out of either one of them. I just knew we'd have some fantastic character. But either way, that is it for junior high version, and we'll be back in the upcoming weeks to highlight some of the games once we get the season started. So see you Monday.